Maybe he flies private and that's what they do on private jets. Previously on, this is day 4, lost in London. True and not new. Hey crew, please excuse my appearance. This is a strange way to start the vlog, but I'm not gonna formally start it until I get my life together. But I wanted to come on and show you guys that little clip of me purchasing an AirTag. I told you in the last vlog that I would speak about my lost luggage in London, LLL, another time, and that time has now come very quickly. So as you guys know, I do London, or I have done London in the past quite often, and if you are unaware, Europe, especially London, has very strict liquid rules, and those rules also still apply to crew members. In some countries, including the US, some of the liquid rules do not apply to us, but that's not the case in London. So we have an option where you can check your bag, as you know passengers do when they have checked luggage, to not have to, you know, deal with the liquid situation. So that is what I typically do, because I'm a person who has a hard time, please excuse the washing machine, has a hard time limiting the liquids I have, especially with me doing these 6-day, 12-day blocks back to back. It's kind of hard to do that. So like no other day, I go and check my bag. Nothing's different, nothing's new. I check it in Heathrow, I get it in JFK, I go about my business, get on my commuting flight, come home. Well, this time myself and another crew member checked our bags, and long story short, they never made it to JFK. I should rewind a little bit and say that London, I don't know if it's specifically Heathrow or London in a whole, is having problems, and there's basically like a ban is the word that I can think of, but it's probably not the correct word to describe this, but there's basically a limit on the amount of people that can come into the country. So airlines have been asked to cancel flights because they cannot keep up with the volume of passengers coming in and out of the airport. And if you've seen on the news, the baggage situation is very bad. Now that never affected me because I'm crew. Well, this time it did. Like I said, myself and another crew member checked our bags. Everything went fine, smooth at that point. We get to New York, and we're the last people at the carousel, including one other lady, and our bags are nowhere to be found. And I'm over there joking, laughing with the crew member like, oh my gosh, this happened to me not too long ago. I was one of the last people to get their bag at the carousel. And I was starting to get nervous, but my bag showed up at the last minute. She was like, oh, haha, funny, funny.
Funny. Yes, but not funny, haha. Funny, weird.
No, not funny. The carousel literally stops. So now I find a customer service agent, and I'm like, excuse me, you know, our bags didn't come off. They were tagged as crew bags. We came in from Heathrow. Can you please check to see where our bag is? So she's paging. She's doing her due diligence. She's looking at our bag tag number. The other crew member's still standing at the carousel to just see maybe if it's just a fluke and like the last few bags are coming out. Nothing's coming out. And she's clickety clacking on the keyboard. And she's like, oh no, your bag's still in London. Excuse me, what? My bag is where? She was like, yeah, your bag's in some storage facility in London. What? So now I am about to have a breakdown, because I'm like, my bag is still in London with all my uniforms, because this was a 6-day block, and then I was supposed to start another 6-day block about 3 days or 2 days from that time. So I'm like, well, what do I do? Like, I need all my stuff. That's my bag. She was like, you know, you'll have to file a claim. At that point, I didn't have time because, you know, I'm a commuter. I had to make that commuter flight. It was the last flight of the night, and I was not getting stuck in New York without a bag or anything to my name. So she's like, when you get to your final destination, go to the baggage service office and, you know, file your claim, and they should be able to get everything sorted. Your bag should come in tomorrow. The other flight attendant, she told the same information. Luckily, she lived in New York, so she went to the baggage service office in JFK, did her claim and everything like that. So with my luck, the flight was delayed and we didn't get into BWI until like 2 o'clock in the morning. So no one was there. And if they were there, then I missed them. So I said, okay, I'm going to do my due diligence. I don't know why that word is really eating me up. Due diligence. And call in the morning. I did everything. I'm still scanning my bag tag. It's still showing that it's in Heathrow. And then it got to a point where days were passing and they still could not find my bag. To fast forward the story, not make it too long because I've been flapping my gums for 7 minutes. I had to be taken off my Paris trip because my bag did not come in time. My bag was lost in the system for a little bit, and then my bag went to Minneapolis, and then Minneapolis to BWI, and then I was able to get my bag back. So word to the wise, don't check your bag. I worked a London trip not too long after that. And guess who didn't check their bag? Me. Guess who had to leave all their liquids in New York? Me. Guess who had to buy travel size stuff when I got to London? Me. So yeah, I learned my lesson. I don't plan on going to London anytime soon anyways. So that's just my quick little story. I will see you guys in the next clip when I look like a civilized human being and I'm ready to commute to work. We'll have another little quick briefing about the commute to work because it will be interesting this time. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. Hey crew, so it is about 2 hours later and I am looking like a civilized human being, but you're probably wondering, why am I not in uniform? I am fully dressed. I just have to put my jacket on. Like I said in the previous clip, my commute for this trip, which I don't even think I told you guys where I'm going. I'm working another international trip and I'm going back to Africa. I'm going to Lagos, Nigeria. This will be my second time going, and back to the commute. So where I live is supposed to be experiencing weather, even though outside does not look very weathery-ish. They already started canceling flights, and to ensure that I am at work before time, I am taking the train. So I've done this before, early into the pandemic, I believe. Can't remember what vlog that is, but I'm taking the train because my plan A canceled, plan B is oversold, and plan C I couldn't get a seat on. So, excuse me, we moved on to plan D, and this should be an experience because once I get to Penn Station, I then have to make my way to the airport. So I would try and document as much as possible. And yeah, that's about it. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. Oh, no, I lied. I never started the beginning of this vlog, so let's scratch that. Hey crew, welcome back to my channel for another flight attendant video. For those of you who are new, my name is Bridgette. I'm a New York City based flight attendant and I'm all over the place right now. So for real this time, I'll see you in the next clip. I hope you guys can hear me, but it is 7:34 and I have made it to New York. I am on the Long Island Railroad to head to JFK. So far, so good. It was a smooth experience. This is a real throwback because I haven't got on the LIRR in years. I think the last time I rode this was when I had to say airport standby in Newark. But once I get to JFK, I will check back in with you guys and give you an update as to what's happening. So, see you in the next clip. Everybody go to breakfast. You go out for the result, though. Nothing to discuss, oh. Cause I did prove by default and without any doubt, though. I'm a me happy adult, though. I no go feed the girl, I no go feed the guys out, though. I'm a mind that's you can talk, oh. I put my life into my job and I know I'm in trouble. She manipulate my love, oh. Hey crew, it has been literally over 24 hours, not since I last spoke to you, but since. I've been awake, but I'm in Nigeria. Please excuse my appearance. It has been a long journey to get here. And I just wanted to do a quick debriefing of the flight. So I did not get galley position going and coming. This, if I've never told you, we sign up for our positions on where we're going to work internationally on a piece of paper based off of the aircraft and certain things. And the lineup of how you sign up is based off of seniority. And this sign up was strange. It wasn't the normal paper that I'm used to. So I end up picking a position that I really didn't intend to pick, but you know what, you live and you learn. So this trip I am back, meaning that I work main cabin coming here like I just did and going back to the States tomorrow. The flight was not 100% full, but majority full, but tomorrow is supposed to be 100% full. The current local time is 5:38 p.m. So it is 12:38 noon back home. And yeah, the flight was fine. It was uneventful for the most part. Everyone was nice. Well, the thing about it, there was no one that was mean, honestly. But I know I've shared with this before. The boarding process can be difficult on these flights because passengers have so many bags, and even though the flight was not full, we still ran out of overhead bin space. So you pretty much have to be proactive on keeping a monitor, on the overhead bin situation and how people are putting their bags in the overhead bin. So that was the only thing that was labor intensive, I would say. But for the most part, everyone's bag fit, and the ones that we were able to accommodate in other spots, they were very thankful, which was nice, you know. And that's about it. The flight time was, I believe, 10 hours and 37 minutes, and it was bumpy, you guys. When it was time for me to go to break, it got so bumpy. I couldn't even bend down to get into my bunk. I almost fell into the person's bunk who was above me because I was the lower bunk. And the turbulence was literally picking me up off of the ground, which was crazy. So yeah, it has been a day, but a good one at that. I'm about to shower. The crew wants to meet up in about 30 minutes for happy hour, but I don't know. I told them I was gonna go down, but I might just stick to my word, and be a slam clicker because this is a short layover. I said it's 5:38 p.m. and our pickup is at 8 something in the morning tomorrow morning. So we don't have that much time here. And I've brought all my food because I'm not too sure if I shared this with you guys. The last time I came to Lagos, I got really sick, after eating the food on my way back to the States. And while I was home, I had to take off about a week or two, if I remember correctly, from work. And yeah, I got really sick. So I brought my food this time, and I don't really fault anyone in that sense. I do have a sensitive stomach, and typically when you go somewhere new, it takes your body a little while to adjust to the food, to the water, and things of that sort. So I just chalk it up to that, but I don't want to go through what I went through before, so I became prepared for that. Yeah, that's about it. So I will see you guys in the next clip. If I do end up going down to happy hour with the crew, I'll try and take a few clips, but if not, then I will see you when I see you. Good morning, crew. It is 8:26 a.m. local time, and I need to leave the room in 4 minutes, but I wanted to give you guys a little peek of outside because I finally figured out how to open these curtains. I may have talked too quickly because they're all jangled up. Oh my gosh, that was a struggle. But here's a sneak peek of my Legos view. I am about to head out, so I will speak to you guys in the next clip. I did end up going out with the crew, well, not going out, but meeting up with them at the little happy hour and just sitting and talking for a little bit. But I was so tired when I got back. I only sat with them for probably about an hour. I didn't even eat dinner. I just went straight to sleep. So I've been up for hours. I ate my dinner this morning, very unconventional, and yeah, so that's about it. So see you in the next clip. Hey crew, so it is many days after the end of my Nigeria trip. A lot has been going on in my personal life that I have not been able to come back and close out this vlog and do the crew debriefing, but I wanted to come back and have a crew debriefing about how the flight was. It was supposed to be 100% full, but we did end up leaving with quite a few seats open. It was still full, but you know, there were still available seats. For the most part, the flight was wonderful. We had no problems. There were just little encounters that were funny that I thought I'd share with you guys. Number one being, as I think I said previously in this vlog, but if I did not, I'll say it now. Lagos, well, Africa in general, and a lot of the Caribbean islands are known for having a lot of bags. Heavy bags, a lot of bags, both scenarios. So the overhead bins tend to be full in cabin, which happened with us, even though we were not full as far as seats and souls. So we are boarding, and I was not in the aisle for boarding this time. I was in first class helping with the pre-departure service, but one of the flight attendants was telling me that we were boarding and the bins became full. There was no more bin space, and this passenger just decided to sit down in their seat and put their bag in the aisle and leave it there. Have people stepping over their bag to get to their seat because we were still boarding, to the point where when the flight attendant was able to get to them, they were like, you know, whose bag is this? Like, we can't leave bags in the middle of the aisle. And they were like, oh, well, there's no more space. And they're like, well, I understand that, but you know, you still can't leave the bag in the middle of the aisle. Well, I just found that funny. The next thing that was bizarre was we finished boarding, the boarding doors closed, we're doing our safety demo, or we're standing in our positions for the safety demo, and this gentleman is like, I'd like a red wine. And I'm like, excuse me? He's like, I'd like a red wine. And we were like, I looked at the other flight attendant who was standing near me, and we're like, sir, we'll be happy to give you that red wine once we start service, but we're about to take off, so there's no way that you can get wine. And he's like, oh, like this was something new to him. I don't know how this gentleman flies regularly. Maybe he flies private and that's what they do on private jets. Never been on one, so I don't know what the procedures are, but on commercial, we do not serve beverages, especially alcoholic beverages, during takeoff. So I just found that really funny that he was asking for wine when we were doing the safety demo. Other than that, the trip was really good as far as it was uneventful. I just find those trips a killer because the flight is so long, but they are worth a lot of money, so I understand why people do them. It's just not something I could do, you know, every week. I would be dead. That's about it. So if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay safe and see you soon.